Hello, sixth graders. It's Mr. Gardell. It's great to be back with you on a Monday. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. The purpose of this video is to remind or refresh you on how to check grades in Schoology. I know most, if not all of you, know how to check your grades in Schoology, but I want to use this opportunity to remind you and refresh your memory on how to do this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is once I log into Schoology, I'm going to pick one of my two courses in Schoology. And I know some of you only have Lifetime Fitness in Schoology, but I chose social studies. And so the first thing that I'm going to do once I'm now into my social studies course, over on the left-hand side, okay, I'm going to click on the word grades. Once I click on that, I'm going to see all my grades, all my assessments for quarter three. And over on the right-hand side, I could keep scrolling down to see the rest of my grades for social studies for quarter three. But I want to draw your attention to one thing specifically on this slide. It's right here where the arrow is pointing to. That's the student's present grade in social studies. And I want to remind you, you focus on the percent, not the letter. 68% in Hastings Online Academy for our grading scale in sixth grade. 68% is a C plus. Okay, so again, focus on the percent. But if I were to scroll down, I would then see the remainder of this student's grades for quarter three. And so some of you might be wondering, well, why does this student have 68%? I see a lot of A's and B's on the screen, Mr. Gardell, and a lot of really good scores. And that even continues on to the next slide. But there's one assessment that's dragging, so to speak, the student's grade down, and it's because the constructed response has not been completed and submitted by this student. So it's dropping the student's grade because it's marked as missing in Schoology. Schoology then recognizes it as a 0, okay? And so because of that, it dropped the grade, overall grade of the student considerably. Because again, you can see a lot of A's and B's that the student has earned throughout the learning checkpoints. And so I want you to, when you check your grades, is one, make sure that the grades are accurate. Maybe I made a mistake somehow, some way. Bring it to my attention. I will fix it. Remember, the end of quarter three is Friday, March 26th at 2 p.m. After 2 p.m., I'm going to ultimately print our grades in Edgenuity and print our grades in Schoology, and that's the grades that I'll use to submit for final quarter three grades. But back to your grades in Schoology, okay? But scroll through, check to see if there's any inaccuracies, okay? And if I need to make some changes for you, I will definitely do that. But also check to see if you have any missing assessments. And so in this case, the student is missing the constructed response. If the student clicks on constructed response, boom, it will bring that student right to the folder where this constructed response was submitted, or in this case, a week ago today, or Monday, March 8th. And let's say the student's like, well, I kind of know what to do for this constructed response. I kind of don't. Well, then simply click on Monday, March 8th, and then it will bring you back into that entire folder. And then you can go through the process of watching the video that was created for you that explains the constructed response. And then there's a rough draft template for you. And so there's all these different practice assessments that you can do to get ready to submit your final copy of your constructor response, which was comparing and contrasting the early Dakota to the early Ojibwe. So again, click on grades, okay? Scroll through all your grades, look for any inaccuracies, okay? And then look specifically at any of those missing assessments. And if you do see a missing assessment, click on the name of that missing assessment and it will bring you directly to that folder, okay, for that specific date that that assessment was due. All right. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, but keep checking your grades. In fact, I would encourage you for the rest of the quarter or the next 2 weeks, I would check your grades 2 to 3 times this week as well as next week. Take care and have a great day.